Coach Fenley said, "You okay?"
Yeah, yeah.
Said the Sunday practice that you came back from West Virginia, I think, was a really good workout. Was it West Virginia?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. It was a really good practice. What do you remember about that day?
I just remember, obviously, I think, is that when we lost 3 in a row?
Yep.
And I think everyone's energy changed and flipped and realized that, like, we need to get back on pace of winning. And I think we all just came in connected more than ever, realizing that we needed to lean on each other and just focus on the next game more than ever.
How much did that?
Was anything spoken, or was it kind of an unspoken? You guys know what you need to do.
I think it was kind of unspoken. Like, obviously, I think it kind of, like, lit a fire under all of us that, like, hey, like, we need to step it up if we want to get back in the running, and finish the season strong.
I think Bill said practice was kind of short that day. How long was it? Do you remember?
Honestly, I really don't remember. I think we had, like, an off day or maybe even 2, but I think the shorter practice just allowed us to get back, like, our confidence that we might have lost during that little stretch if we had lost any, yeah.
Do you feel like maybe a second wind has kind of been picked up with this team over the last couple of games?
Yeah, I think this last week has just showed how much, like, we've came together to realize, like, how good we are and how capable we are of beating really good teams. Obviously, with beating Texas and Baylor in the same week, that just shows us that we can beat anybody. We just have to show up every night and stay connected.
Did the Texas game kind of, I guess, fuel that too? Because it sounds like Sunday practice, then Monday's game, and just kind of like a giant domino effect, I guess.
Yeah, I think we came on the Texas game strong. Obviously, we started off hot, and that helped. But I think it wasn't even that we started off shooting well. It was like we all were playing for each other, and that's what mattered at the end of the day.
What's the process like trying to, win or lose, you guys got to move on. So the game is emotional and physically taxing as the Baylor game. Is it similar to putting a loss in the rearview mirror too?
Yeah, it's the same thing. Obviously, with the short turnaround versus, like, having to go from West Virginia to Texas, only a day prep, obviously we had to realize that we need to work on things from the West Virginia game, but also we had to give our full attention to Texas, a really good team that beat us the first time. But I think that allowed us to be more focused than ever.
How good do you feel about where things are now? I guess how much does the feel around this team feel differently, in the midst of that 3-game losing streak compared to right now?
Obviously, the 3-game losing streak wasn't what anyone wanted to go through, but obviously getting back-to-back wins versus really good teams has allowed us to just, like I said, realize how good we are and how connected that we need to be night in and night out.
Do you pay attention to bracketology or anything?
I don't really think – obviously it matters, but I think we just need to focus on the next 40 minutes, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
What's going through your head and your team's head that went to the first overtime and then 5 minutes later and it's like, oh, we got to do this again?
I would say going in the second overtime, it made us realize that, like, they're tired, we're tired, but I think when we came out, they were a little more tired than we were, and we just had to keep pushing the ball, and that allowed us to win the game.
You guys sense that on the court?
Yeah, I would say that obviously it was obvious that they were a little more tired than we were, so if we just kept shooting the ball like we were, then it was fine. And we obviously had to come up with big rebounds at the end. So.
What do you think the big key to them being more tired than you? Is it your conditioning? Is it your team's belief in each other?
I think it's our team's belief in each other for sure. I just think that we were really connected in that game, and at the end of the night, like, I feel like we wanted it more. Obviously it was our goal was to not be swept. Obviously, we haven't been swept by anybody this season, and he made that kind of clear, like, let's try not to get swept. And so I think we were really connected during that game and believed in each other and what each one of us could do.